Alright, welcome back to the part 2 of the video, guys. In this part, we are going to be building a trap for our unique power that we are going to create in part 3. In part 1, we created the health bar for our character, and in this video, we are going to make sure that our trap is our trap affects our character, and our health bar in turn gets affected because we are taking damage from the trap. So let's jump right into the video and start creating the trap. For that, we need an actor to begin with. So we're going to create a blueprint class and add an actor. We are going to name it BP trap. Inside of the BP trap blueprint, we are going to add a component, which is going to be our static mesh. You can add a static mesh and select your own mesh if you want, but I'm going to just go with the cube. I'm going to name it trap mesh. And I'm going to also add another component, which is going to be the collision physics. So this is going to be the box collision, and I'm going to name it damage box. And we are going to select our trap mesh, and we are going to just reduce the size of it to, let's say, 0.025, so it's thinner. And we are going to also select our box collision and resize it appropriately so that it's right the size of our box. Just going to go to an upper view and adjust the size a little. It's going to be approximately 1.55 by 1.65 by 1.65 approximately, if you didn't change the size of your box too much. 1.55 or 1.56. 1.56. Yeah, it's 1.56, 1.56, and for the height, we are going to make it so it's right above the platform, so that our character, when he steps on the top of the box, the collision physics will detect that our character is on top of the box, and so on, fires the event. So let's get inside of the blueprint event graph and start building our logic in there. So for that, we need to go to the damage box first and bring in onComponentBegin overlap node. So this event will fire the logic when our character is overlapping the component, which is our collision box. Right before that, let's also make sure that our collision presets are working properly. So go to the collision damage box here and make sure that it's overlap all dynamic. And for the sake of sanity, let's also change this collision presets to overlap all dynamic so that there is no later bug that is bugging you. And let's get back into the event graph now. So to start building it, we are going to cast to BP character, top-down character, which will bring the reference of our top-down character to the BP trap blueprint. You can also create a variable just in case if you need it by adding a target character, and you can select the BP top down character object reference. That will give you a reference to your character, and you can also use that inside of the script. You're going to connect the other actor to this object, and once you did that, you're going to connect the target. You're going to bring in the target character, and you're going to set it. You're going to attach this as BP down character to the target character, and then you're going to call in the function take damage, which we created in our last video, uh, to uh, to to deal damage, that we created in our last video, and you're going to connect it right next to it, and then you're going to connect the target to that, and you're going to give an amount, which is like 20 or something. So this will deal damage to our character when he steps on the platform or the trap in our case. But I don't want our character to just take one time damage. I want our character to continuously take damage if he decides to stay on top. If he's chilling on top of the trap, I don't want him to just stand there without any consequences. So I'm going to deal damage if he decides to chill on top of the trap. So I'm going to add a node called set timer by function name. So this will require a function or a custom event, which in turn will act as the damage for every second by activating a timer. So we are going to create a function called apply damage to player. And we are going to build a logic inside of this function, which is similar to what we did outside there, which is calling the take damage event that we created in our top-down character. So for that, we need to cast to BP top-down character here as well. We're going to cast it to top-down BP character, and for object, we're going to just connect this target character, or you could just simply bring in the target character without casting it. It should work the same. So I'm going to just bring the target character in, get target character node, and then I'm going to drag off of it and call take damage function. And I'm going to connect that to that. I'm going to just say lesser amount for every second. So let's say 10 damage for every second that he's chilling on top of the trap. I'm going to hit compile, go back to the event graph, and inside of the set timer by function name, make sure that you match the name 1-to-1 exactly so that your function works properly. So you just copy the name and paste it over here. And for the time, you can select, or you can create a variable and name it damage rate and set it to float. And you can hit compile, and in the details panel, you can set the default value to 1 second and just drop it right on top of the time option inside of the set timer by function name. So this will ensure that our trap, once the initial damage is dealt and the timer starts for however long that the person is staying on top of the trap, he gets damage every second. And you're going to you're going to turn on the looping option so that the damage is looping for every second, and that should be it. To make sure that our character doesn't take damage after stepping off of the platform, we are also going to bring in on component end overlap. Using this, we are going to do the same cast to BP top-down character, and we are going to connect the other actor over here, and we are going to bring in a node called clear timer by function name, and we are going to paste the same function name over here. I'm insisting this again. Please make sure the spelling, the capitalization of the letters all are the same as your function, or else this will fail. Hit compile, and let's go to our map, and let's lay our trap, a couple of traps here and there. Let's say 3 traps here and there, and hit play and test it out. Ooh, he's not overlapping. Wait, what? What is going on? Let's go back to our trap and check it out. It's trap mesh, viewport. Let's go to our left side view or something. So this is the issue. I came across this issue when I was trying my unique power out, where if the box or the collision is under this red line, which is below the surface, it tends to not work properly. So I usually just push it up above or line it up right to the red line, and then if you hit compile, hit play, it should properly work. Right there, it takes damage, and as the character stays on top and chills, he gets damaged, and when he steps off, the damage is stopping. So he's gonna step on, damage, and he dies. Yay! Let's test it out one more time. We are gonna step on the trap. He takes damage, 10 damage after the initial 20, and then when you step off, he stops taking damage. He takes damage when you step on, and then 10 per second, and then you die if you keep staying on top. So that is basically how you can implement a simple trap to your game, and you can kill your character based on that. And for the next part, we are going to complete this unique power that I've thought of. So stay tuned for part 3. See you there.